Arsenal needs a New Year miracle. Hear me out. The last four Premier League games Arsenal have played, they won one, they drew one, and they've lost two. And that was a win against Brighton, and they drew to Liverpool, they lost to West Ham, and also they lost to Fulham. Now, I'll start with the game against Liverpool. The game against Liverpool, I would say Arsenal played very well because I was expecting them to approach that game more from a defensive side, but they went there with much confidence, toe to toe. They had a couple of chances. Liverpool had a couple of chances. Like that game was a very good performance from Arsenal. Getting a point from Anfield, we all know it's not easy. Now, the game against West Ham, you could say they had so many touches on the ball, they had so many time on the ball, like they created so many chances, but they were up against a very good defensive side. West Ham were very, very good defensively, very solid, and they took opportunity from their set piece. And you can say they had moments, few counter attack moments, and Arsenal failed to score. Like they didn't score any goal. Now the game against Fulham, the first was it the first 5 minutes or so, they were very aggressive. They scored their goal very quick, and you expect them to keep up with that same momentum, dominate the game, just seal it out. Like considering the fact that they lost to West Ham, they will be trying to show up into this game against Fulham with like trying to make a statement per se. But after that goal, after they scored the goal against West Ham, I don't know. Arsenal just became flat. They they just went back to being, I don't want to say soft because that's not the right word to say, but they were not as aggressive as they were. And Fulham got a goal, got back into the game. Like Raul Jimenez scored a very good goal from him. And you expect Arsenal to respond, but Arsenal seems to be not, they were not doing anything. The second half, it was almost the same thing. It's like, I don't know, the second half, Arsenal were not as aggressive as they are supposed to be in that second half. And Fulham got a goal in the second half. So I'll say I've been watching Arsenal. I can say this is one of the worst performance from Arsenal. To me, this is one of the worst performances. It's one thing to have much of the ball. You're creating so many chances, just like the game against West Ham. They had the ball, they were creating chances, trying to score. But this game against Fulham was sort of the opposite. They had the ball, but they didn't create lots of chances. They seemed like Fulham sort of limited them. And credit to Fulham, shout out to them. Now, Arsenal needs a New Year miracle because as we approach the New Year, it seems teams are getting back to their best. The likes of Aston Villa are still up there. Man City, it seems we're getting back to our best. We kept a clean sheet after a long period of time against Sheffield. The last time we kept a clean sheet was against Manchester United. Liverpool, as I when this video is made, Liverpool, who knows, they might likely win their game against Newcastle United. But irrespective of what happens, Liverpool will be topping the group on as the new year start for 2024. Now, why do I say Arsenal needs the miracle? I believe Arsenal need to sort out few things in the team. First, I think, of course, I've always said it, they need a striker. Not necessarily any striker that will give them that 2025 goals at this moment in time, because at this season, because it will be very difficult to get that in the January transfer market. That will be very, very hard for them to get. So they just need someone that can give them 11 to 15 goals from now till the season ends. They actually need a striker that can convert chances for them, that can at least take eyes off the likes of Salah and Martinelli, because everyone knows that those are the two guys that can make something happen. So it seems people are like doubling up on them. So that's having a striker that is deadly. Just like when you have Haaland, most people are focused on him. Like Man City, everyone is focused on Haaland, and it sort of takes eyes off the other guys that can punish you, like Phil Foden and Bernardo Silva. Why most teams are more focused on Haaland per se. So Arsenal need that kind of striker that will just bring that little distraction, so that eyes can be taken off Saka and Martinelli, and maybe they can score, like they can have impact on games. Secondly, again, I think Arsenal need another midfielder. Yes, the Kai Havertz. I see Kai Havertz as a moment player. I don't think that midfield of Declan Rice, Odegaard, and Kai Havertz will be sustainable on the long run. I think Arsenal need another midfielder, someone that is very creative. When I mean midfielders, I mean midfielders like this kind of midfielders, like the likes of like McAllister, Gundogan, Thiago in Liverpool, Enzo in Chelsea. These guys that are very good at passing the ball, very good at distributing the ball very well. So it can take off pressure from Odegaard because it seems like Odegaard is the only one trying to create so many chances. So Arsenal need another midfielder in that midfield. Kai Havertz, I say, is like a moment. It's like a moment player. He doesn't. You can tell he's not that creative kind of player. He just maybe he has. For what I can see, he's very good at area threats. He knows how to position himself to head the ball. But going forward, Arsenal need another midfielder, a very good midfielder that can take off that pressure from Odegaard. Because against West Ham, Odegaard had a very good game. He was the only one trying to make something happen. And I believe if maybe they had another midfielder there, they could have unlocked that defense. Arsenal need another creative midfielder. Now, the last one. Saka and Martinelli need to step up. Yes, Saka scored um against Fulham, but after that he didn't pretty do much. Saka for Saka especially, I don't know maybe if Arteta will need to start allowing the fullbacks to overlap because it seems when those fullbacks don't overlap, Saka don't really know what to do much. He just wants to cut inside and cross the ball. If that doesn't work out, he seems he becomes frustrated. Saka needs to add more to his game as a winger. He needs to be very. I think the right word to use is dynamic. He is not having a bad season, but he just needs to add more to game because so far he just feels he crosses the ball and hopefully someone is inside the box there to get to head the ball. Saka actually needs to step up in terms of creating chances, like unlocking, like carrying the ball more, unlocking those defense. Because if other guy is doing that, the Saka should be helping to take that pressure off him as well. So I just feel Saka needs to step up. Martinelli as well. Martinelli needs to step up. Martinelli needs to step up. Having just 2 goals so far this season is not good. Martinelli needs to go back to his best. He really needs to go back to his best. He's a very good player. Reason I don't know why he's not really performing or what is affecting him this season because he gets the ball a lot. He gets the ball a lot, and again he needs to raise his head up. Maybe that could help because every time he gets the ball, his head is always down. He needs to raise his head up for a while. He really needs to raise his head up. Martinelli needs to step up to his very best. And Arsenal so far in 2023, at the beginning of this season, you can say until the game against like this season, you can say in terms of defending, they've been very solid. Like it's one team that been very solid. You can say they probably had the best defense. I think they've considered more now. Maybe Liverpool is the only team that should have considered less than them. But before then, you can tell Arsenal had the best defense. Like Saliba and Gabriel were very solid at the back, very, very, very solid. Like that defense line was very good, and how they've gone from a team that hardly concede goals to a team that now concede goals. They conceded against Liverpool, considered 2 against West Ham, considered 2 today against Fulham. So Arsenal actually need a miracle as we step into 2024. They need to bounce back solid, and I think the next competition is the FA Cup. That will be a very good distraction for them. They actually need that. Sometimes you just need that to take off your mind of the Premier League, and on their next game, they need to come out with a very good performance. Let me know in the comment section what you think about Arsenal. And that's it for me, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Thank you very much.